Mathematical operations in Python is a very simple concept, and in this video, I'll be explaining everything you need to know about mathematical operations in Python. So stick around to the end of this video so you don't miss out on any single thing. I've made this video as short and simple as possible so you can get the value right out of the box. Without further ado, let's dive into the video. So you might be puzzled, what exactly are mathematical operations and why are they even used? Well, mathematical operations are basically calculations. Yes, they are calculations that are performed inside your code. Every programming language performs mathematical operations. These calculations are performed using mathematical operators. What are mathematical operators? Mathematical operators are addition, multiplication, division, subtraction, exponents, parentheses or brackets. So you get the point. Let me show you a quick example. Let's perform a very simple math operation in Python. For example, 2 plus 2. This is a very simple math operation. So when we print this, you get 4 as the answer. So this right here is a mathematical operation. We just performed a mathematical operation right now, and the plus is called a mathematical operator. Same for, say, 7 minus 3. Then let's print this to the console, and when we run this minus this subtraction symbol here is a mathematical operation. So that's how simple it is. Division. So when it comes to division, we use the forward slash as the divide symbol. Forward slash, let's say 8 divided by 2. Then print this and run the code, you get 4.0. So one thing to know in Python is whenever you are dividing things, the result always come out as a floating point number. Floating point number means numbers with decimals, which decimals can float around. Even though 2 clearly divides, we are meant to get 4, not 4.0. But this is just how it is in Python. So if I run a type check on this, you quickly realize that this is a float. Let me clear this. Let's clear this and print. And then you see class float. This is a float. This is a float. So 2 plus 2 is 4. 7 minus 3 is 4. 8 divided by 2 is 4. But because we are doing divisions in Python, Python treats divisions like floats, which are numbers with decimal points. So if you don't know about floats, integers, and strings, I have a video where I'll link that in the description below, or I'll leave it as an end screen. So at the end of this video, you can check that out and learn about data types, because it's important for you to understand data types in Python before learning operations in Python, so that you don't mix up data types. So when it comes to performing multiplications in Python, it's also very simple. So instead of using, when you say 3, instead of saying 3x3, what we use is this asterisk sign, this asterisk. So that is how we run multiplications in Python. Let's clear this type. So for the divisions, you just know that it drops the results as a floating point number, but at the end of the day, you get the same results. So I'll leave a link to the video where I talked about the data types in Python, explaining floats, integers, booleans, and the primitive data types you need to know in Python. Now, another mathematical operator you should know about is the 2 asterisk signs, and this gives you access to the exponents. So if you want to use the double asterisk sign in Python, what you need to do is just say 2 double asterisk 2, and when you print this, get 4, meaning 2 times 2. So if you say 2 asterisk 3, like double asterisk 3, and you run this, you get 8, meaning 2 times 2 times 2. If you say double asterisk 4, then you get 16, meaning it's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So yeah, you get the point. So that is how to use the exponential operator in Python. So you basically use it whenever you want to raise a number to a power. If you want to get hold of 2 raised to power 2, you just do like this. This is 2 raised to power 4. So having the exponent being built into the Python language is one of the reasons why Python is the most loved and most preferred language, especially by data scientists and machine learning engineers and mathematicians who constantly make series of math operations in Python and handle big data. So one of the things you need to be careful about in Python is when you are doing these mathematical operations, and when you have more than one operation on the same line of code, then there is a certain level of priority. So some of these operations like division and multiplication have higher priority, but plus and minus have lower priority. A real life analogy would be, for example, in a commercial airline where there are always first class and then the economy. So the multiplication and division are treated as the first class passengers. Even the exponent are also treated as first class passengers, while the plus and the minus are treated like regular passengers. The reason why division and multiplication are having higher priorities is because of something called PEMDAS or PEDMAS. You should remember that from high school. PEDMAS basically states the order of priority, which is parentheses, also known as brackets, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Parentheses, exponents, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So it's a little bit deceiving because of this order, and it looks like multiplication happens before division, but they are equally important. So multiplication is on the same line with division, so they are equally important. Both are treated as first class passengers, and plus and minus are also treated equally. So we have the parentheses, exponents, division and multiplication, addition and subtraction hierarchically. But when it actually comes to your calculation, the calculation that is most to the left is the one that will be prioritized. So that's it for the mathematical operations in Python. If you found this video useful, so gently tap the like button and let me know whatever topic in Python you want me to make a video about. Subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. By the way, in the middle of this video, I talked about float, strings, integers, and booleans. These are the common data types, and these are known as primitive data types in Python. So if you haven't learned about the primitive data types in Python, or you just want to brush up a little bit on that aspect, click here on the right side of the video and watch the video where I explained everything you need to know about the primitive data types in Python. So click on it and I'll see you right there.